You know, it's kind of hard to go on stage behind a man that's got to act that kids want to see again, you know, again and again, you know, with the bones and the flashing uh, stuff that he did on stage and stuff like that. That made it want to be seen again.
After the war, the young people, they didn't want to have the old language that their parents had used. They were looking for something new, something a little more direct, because the war got rid of a load of our social and moral barriers, you know. So they wanted a language that was more to do with it. And I think Bo Diddley and Screaming Jay came in there.
His voice when he did that, I'll put a spell on you, you know, this cat scared me, you know, and I'm standing there looking at him, you understand? I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Stop the things you do. What else? Really spell on you. Because you're mine. I love you. I love you. I love you anyhow. I don't care if you don't want me. I'm yours right now. I put a spell on you. Because you're mine. Spell on you, Lord. Because you're mine. You're all mine. You're all mine. And there's nothing you can do about it.
I remember that when I used to perform it down at the UFO Club, you know, which was England's underground club, I can remember on several occasions actually bursting into tears while I was singing. There were tears pouring down my eyes because it's a very, very dramatic song.
It had a waltz tempo, which is a kind of Central European musical form, and yet it's like a strange, snarling R&B kind of blues side to it. And the idea of putting those two things together made it interesting for me for the character in the film who comes from Hungary. She has, you know, some knowledge of American culture, but it's in the form of Screaming Jay Hawkins, which is kind of like outsider culture anyway.
Oh, hi.
Stop the things you do.
What the fuck is that?
I really hate that kind of music.
It's Screaming Jay Hawkins, and he's a wild man, so bug off.
And then I realized Jay had no rights to the song. And so I had to pay a licensing fee to people that I knew that money never got to Jay. So that really bothered me. And then I thought, I got to find him. I got to find him himself and make sure he's okay with this song in the movie and that he gets paid. And I forget how I found him, I guess through Maybe people at Squat Theater helped me. I can't quite remember, but we found him and he was living in a trailer in New Jersey and he had no phone.
There was money being produced, money being generated by I Put a Spell on You, but Jay wasn't getting any of it.
That goes back to dollar bills. You understand? And see, I have to say it this way. I hate to do it this way, but they would pay my white brothers, but they wouldn't pay me.
Ashes, ashes, ashes of a broken heart.
You know, I made sure he got paid extra. Like, I already licensed the music, I had the rights to it, but he wasn't getting any money. So I made sure he got the equal amount of that money. And then later when the film made some money, I got him some more money at a certain point, and he never asked for it. You know, I just wanted to show him my respect for him. And it's funny though, because almost every time I talked to him, almost every time for years, he would say, you know, I owe you that money you loaned me. And I would always say, Jay, I've told you, it's not a loan, you know? That's for your work in the film or whatever.
The old record company game, which has gone on since recording was invented, is the artist comes up with the ideas, the artist delivers the message, it goes onto wax or magnetic tape or digital masters, which are kept by the company, owned by the company, leased by the company, or bought in perpetuity and beyond death, they own your music. And the very nature of the rock and roll music game is that the artist has to go out and promote the music. So therefore you immediately separate the artist from his income, which has to go into some bank or some accountancy somewhere. And then you have a thing called creative accountancy, which means you don't get what you're supposed to, somebody else does.
Something happened in this period around 1962 where I think Jay asked for his royalties. I think Jay went in and said, look, I'm the owner of this song, I Put a Spell on You. Went into the record company and he asked for his money. And whatever happened there scared the hell out of Jay. Jay told me that he was told that when he asked for his own royalty money, he was told that black people don't get royalty money. They just take what's given to them without asking. And when Jay insisted and tried to use a little muscle, Jay told me that's when he discovered that the record industry at that time was controlled by the mob. And Jay was told in no uncertain terms that if he didn't disappear, the only thing he was going to get was a pair of cement shoes and a nice quiet resting place at the bottom of a river somewhere.
Shouldn't have been that way, but that's the way it was. And a lot of people say, oh, why are you hollering about this, that, and other? Once you're 21, you can't be 21 again. You can only double it, okay? We're a short time here and a long time gone. And for people to dislike a person because of the color of their skin, I think it's the most stupidest thing in the world. But you can teach a dog to bite, but you can't teach him not to bite after he learns to bite. Yet the dog has to decide himself not to bite. And the only thing that changed a lot of that is when the hippie movement came in, when everybody started to running together and hanging together and stuff like this. It didn't make no difference what nationality you was. Everybody was together, man. And the old time junk was going down the tubes, and there are a lot of racial diehard dudes still living today. And I think that was one of the reasons why Screamy decided to leave America, is because he couldn't take it no more.
America wants to be able to control her blacks. If they can't control you, then they will destroy you.
Yeah.
And they tried to destroy me on 5 different occasions.
That's why the main thing, you know, the main depiction of the black man in America is Uncle Tom. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
They want
exactly.
to keep it there. Just
That's
Uncle
right.
Tom.
That's right. They want to control your money, your personal married life, your homes, your business, the banks, and everything. They can't control you. They will slowly destroy you.